In just over 3 decades, an airline from a small desert nation has captured the world's attention. Founded in 1993, Qatar Airways began as a modest carrier with limited routes and humble ambitions. But by the late 1990s, everything changed when the Qatari government decided to start over, restructuring the airline, appointing new leadership, and pursuing an aggressive growth strategy. Under the leadership of CEO Akbar al-Baker, renowned for his uncompromising vision, Qatar Airways quickly transformed into a 5-star airline, redefining global standards in air travel. The company invested heavily in a cutting-edge fleet, expanded its network from Doha to every continent, and turned Hamad International Airport into one of the world's top transit hubs. Once seen as a latecomer, Qatar Airways is now a serious contender among the industry's biggest names. It survived the pandemic, weathered the Gulf diplomatic crisis, and continues to climb higher, driven by the belief, excellence in everything we do. Join me as we revisit the remarkable journey of Qatar Airways, a story of extraordinary growth, bold strategy, and powerful lessons for modern aviation. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and comment, and hit follow to catch the next episodes. Qatar Airways was founded on November 22, 1993, as the national airline of the state of Qatar. It began operations in January 1994 with a small, regionally focused fleet. During its first year, the airline operated only a few aircraft, including 2 Airbus, A310s, and launched its inaugural route to Amman, Jordan. In its early phase, Qatar Airways was partially owned by members of the Qatari royal family and operated as a modest regional player. By the mid-1990s, its network covered key cities in the Middle East and South Asia, such as Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Cairo, Khartoum, and Manila, using a limited number of jets. A transformative shift occurred in 1996 and 1997 with the appointment of Akbar al-Baker as CEO. From 1997 onward, al-Baker led a sweeping relaunch of the airline, aiming to turn it from a small regional carrier into a premium global brand. The Qatari government restructured the company's ownership, increasing its stake to 50% by the late 1990s, and infused fresh capital to support the growth plan. In 1997, Qatar Airways unveiled a new brand identity with the Oryx logo and inaugurated service to London, a key long-haul destination that symbolized the airline's international ambitions. Al-Baker's early leadership set a strong foundation for growth, with an emphasis on operational excellence, safety, and passenger service. In the early 2000s, Qatar Airways ended its participation in Gulf Air to pursue its own identity as Qatar's national airline, allowing full strategic focus on building an independent global network. The 2000s marked a transformative decade for Qatar Airways, characterized by rapid expansion, fleet renewal, and global reach. Early in the decade, the airline aggressively invested in new aircraft, placing large orders for Airbus, A320s, Airbus A330s, and Airbus, A340-600s in 2003. Qatar Airways became the world's first operator of the Airbus, A340-600, highlighting its readiness to adopt next-generation long-haul jets. By 2004, the airline had posted its first full-year profit and was significantly growing its passenger base. Strategic aircraft acquisitions continued, including orders for Boeing 777s and Boeing 787s. In 2007, Qatar Airways was the launch customer for the Boeing 777-200LR and demonstrated its ultra-long-range capabilities with a record-breaking non-stop flight from London to Auckland. That same year, it placed a landmark order for 80 Airbus A350XWBs, becoming the program's global launch customer. These moves enabled expansion into North America and Australia, with inaugural flights to New York and Washington in 2007 and Melbourne in 2009. In 2010, the airline entered South America via Sao Paulo and Buenos Aires, making it one of the few carriers serving all 6 inhabited continents. Qatar Airways also earned industry acclaim. It was awarded a Skytrax 5-star rating in 2004 and opened a dedicated premium terminal at Doha in 2006, underscoring its emphasis on luxury service. By 2010, with over 90 aircraft serving more than 90 destinations, the airline had firmly established itself as a major global player. In the 2010s, Qatar Airways emerged as one of the world's premier airlines, combining ambitious global expansion with a reputation for industry-leading service. By 2011, the airline had surpassed 100 destinations and took delivery of its 100th aircraft, a Boeing 777-200LR. In 2012, it became the Middle East launch customer for the Boeing 787, further modernizing its long-haul capabilities. A major turning point came in October 2013 when Qatar Airways became the first Gulf carrier to join a global alliance, officially entering One World. This strategic move expanded its code-share partnerships with top airlines such as British Airways and American Airlines, bolstering its appeal among business travelers. That same period also saw the opening of Hamad International Airport in Doha in 2014. As a new global hub, HIA significantly enhanced connectivity and service infrastructure, replacing the older Doha airport and offering a seamless transit experience with capacity for 29 million passengers. Fleet development was equally aggressive. In 2014, Qatar Airways introduced the Airbus A380 and became the global launch customer for the Airbus A350XWB, operating the inaugural Airbus, a 350 flight to Frankfurt in January 2015. These next-generation aircraft reinforce the airline's commitment to fuel efficiency, comfort, and brand prestige. Throughout the decade, Qatar Airways received numerous accolades, including multiple Skytrax Airline of the Year awards in 2011 and 2012. It launched a new slogan, "Going Places Together," in 2015 to reflect its evolving global role. In 2017, the airline unveiled the Q Suite, a revolutionary business-class product offering sliding doors and customizable seating, including double beds and 4-person configurations. The Q Suite debuted on the Boeing 777-300ER and Airbus A350-1000, setting a new industry standard. This innovation, alongside continuous service enhancements, cemented Qatar Airways' standing as a global aviation leader. Between 2017 and 2021, Qatar Airways endured one of the most disruptive periods in its history. On June 5, 2017, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain, and Egypt imposed a sweeping blockade on Qatar, abruptly banning Qatar Airways from their airspace and markets. The airline was forced to suspend flights to 18 key destinations and reroute numerous long-haul services, resulting in longer flight times, higher fuel consumption, and the loss of nearly 20% of its passenger traffic. Rather than scale back, Qatar Airways responded with strategic expansion. Under CEO Akbar Al-Baker's leadership, the airline launched 24 new routes within a year, including services to Dublin, Prague, and the world's longest commercial route, Doha to Auckland. Simultaneously, Qatar Airways Cargo played a critical role in sustaining operations and revenue. Alternative air corridors were secured through Iran, Turkey, and Oman, ensuring continued network viability. The blockade also prompted diversification. Qatar Airways deepened investments in international carriers like IAG, LATAM, Cathay Pacific, and Air Italy, reinforcing its global footprint. Despite political headwinds, the airline earned accolades including the 2017 Skytrax Airline of the Year, maintaining exceptional service standards throughout the crisis. The blockade was lifted in January 2021 after a reconciliation agreement. Qatar Airways swiftly resumed flights to the affected markets, restoring regional connectivity and reclaiming strategic airspace just in time to prepare for its pivotal role in the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Compounding the challenge was the COVID-19 pandemic, Yet Qatar Airways remained one of the few global carriers to maintain core operations, including repatriation and cargo flights. This effort won industry praise and earned the first 5-star COVID safety rating from Skytrax. By 2021, Qatar Airways had not only survived but strengthened its position, emerging as a resilient, globally integrated airline with a robust network, modern fleet, and elevated brand standing. The early 2020s marked a transformative chapter for Qatar Airways, defined by strategic recovery, operational excellence, and a bold sustainability agenda. Emerging from the global pandemic, the airline quickly restored capacity and seized new growth opportunities. By mid-2021, it had retrofitted key aircraft with its signature Q Suite and ramped up service in response to rebounding demand. A strong financial recovery followed in fiscal year 2021-22, underpinned by robust passenger numbers and continued cargo performance. A turning point arrived with the FIFA World Cup 2022. As the official airline partner, Qatar Airways executed a large-scale operational surge, managing hundreds of additional flights and charters. The expansion of Hamad International Airport that same year elevated Doha's position as a top-tier global hub, showcasing the seamless integration of airline and airport operations during peak demand. Fleet modernization remained a focus. Qatar Airways continued receiving Airbus, A350-1000s, and Boeing 787-9s, maintaining an average fleet age below 8 years. Although a legal dispute with Airbus temporarily grounded some Airbus A350s in 2021 to 2022, the issue was resolved in early 2023, allowing uninterrupted growth. The airline's excellence was widely recognized. Between 2021 and 2024, Qatar Airways won the Skytrax World's Best Airline title 3 more times, bringing its record to 9 times. It also consistently led in Best Business Class and Best Airline in the Middle East categories. Meanwhile, Hamad International Airport was named World's Best Airport in 2021 and 2022 and maintained a top 3 ranking globally. Sustainability became a strategic imperative. Qatar Airways committed to net zero emissions by 2050 and aims for 10% SAF usage by 2030. In 2024, it partnered with Formula One to promote SAF adoption, achieving a 19,000-ton CO2 reduction. It also became the first Middle Eastern airline to attain top-level IATA environmental assessment certification and launched a carbon offset program for passengers. Global partnerships remained central. Codeshare expansion with American Airlines, a joint venture with British Airways, and equity positions in IAG, LATAM, Cathay Pacific, and Rwanda Air strengthened its international presence. In 2023, longtime CEO Akbar Al-Baker stepped down after 27 years, succeeded by Badr Mohammed Al-Mir. As of 2025, with a fleet of 230 aircraft and service to 170-plus destinations, Qatar Airways continues to set the global benchmark for network breadth, service quality, and sustainable aviation leadership. In just over 30 years, Qatar Airways has transformed from a modest regional carrier into a global aviation powerhouse. Launched in 1994, the airline underwent a dramatic evolution under the strategic leadership of Akbar Al-Baker, redefining expectations for service, fleet modernization, and global connectivity. The 1990s laid the operational foundation. The 2000s ushered in aggressive expansion and fleet investment. The 2010s elevated the brand with alliance integration, a new world-class hub, and a wave of international awards. The blockade from 2017 to 2021 tested its resilience, but also catalyzed innovation and strategic recalibration. Entering the 2020s, Qatar Airways has embraced sustainability, digital transformation, and expanded partnerships, ensuring relevance in a rapidly evolving aviation landscape. Recognized globally for its premium service, young fleet, and industry-first innovations such as the Q Suite, and early adoption of next-gen aircraft, Qatar Airways has been repeatedly named Airline of the Year and continues to set benchmarks in passenger experience and operational excellence. Its hub at Hamad International Airport serves as a key node connecting East and West, positioning Doha as a critical gateway for international travel. As it navigates the decade ahead, Qatar Airways remains focused on growth, efficiency, and environmental responsibility. Backed by a proven business model and a strong brand, the airline is well-positioned to adapt to emerging trends, seize new opportunities, and reinforce its leadership on the global stage.